Yes, guys. I will now start another video again of St. John Parish Church. This is St. John. This is the side view of St. John Parish Church. Where you can, it is a lovely Gothic architectural building with buttresses at the side. It was built in 1836, originally built in 1645, but it was destroyed with fire in 1676, and then it was destroyed by hurricane in 1836, and we built that same year. St. John's Parish Church sits atop Hackerton's Cliff in the parish of St. John. Here is um, a map showing around the churchyard. This is a stone showing like a map showing around the churchyard at St. John Parish Church, and the different tombs, such as the grave of Iris Banoki of Andromeda Gardens. She's also buried in St. John's Parish Churchyard. Ferdinando Paleologus. He is also buried in St. John's Parish Church. The standing Sealy tomb, the Sealy sisters' graves, Haynes' graves, the tomb of the Carters, the tomb of the Taylors, the sundial, the telescope, the grave of the Prime Minister David Thompson, Dr. Hart's tomb and Patriarch's graves, Miller, Austin, BL, Barrow, Eustace, Gill, and Gollop, all interred in this churchyard. And this is St. John's Parish Church once again, which gives awesome views of the east coast of Barbados. Again, we are overlooking, because we are looking northeasterly now towards Martins Bay, which is just below me. And we can see the districts of Glen Burnie and Foster Hall below me. Glen Burnie, Foster Hall, and St. Margaret's Village, the districts leading into Martins Bay. Foster Hall is actually in Martins Bay. That is where the Martins Bay bus turns around. We can see next door to Martins Bay, heading northeast, would be Tent Bay, where I visited yesterday. Tent Bay is in the parish of St. Joseph, on the border of St. John and St. Joseph. And there you will come across the train tracks for the train that ran in Barbados back in the 1800s. The train first started in 1877, and its last ride was in 1937, this year of the riots in Barbados. And on the train tracks, along Tent Bay, you will find the route where the train used to travel. The train tracks have been removed, but you can still follow the path all along Tent Bay into Bathsheba. The train used to run from Bridgetown to Belle Plaine in St. Andrew, and it used to pass through Bathsheba. And you can see the train tracks all along there. And then after Tent Bay, you will come across Bathsheba, which is famous for surfing. Lots of people do surfing there. Bathsheba and Tent Bay and Martins Bay is all on the east coast of Barbados. And after Bathsheba will be Soupboard, where the Bathsheba bus turns around. And then you come across Cattle Wash, all on the east coast. Cattle Wash, Bathsheba, Soupboard, Martins Bay, all is on the east coast of Barbados. And after that, you'll come across the famous East Coast Beach, nestled under Chalky Mount. So we're looking northeasterly now towards the parishes of St. Andrew and St. Joseph. Those two parishes are referred to as the Scotland district of Barbados because they resemble the Scotland countryside in England. You can see Chalky Mount from here as well. In St. Andrew, Chalky Mount is in St. Andrew, and it is best referred to as Chalky Mount because of its clay hillside. The district below me now is all Clifton Hall, leading into Martins Bay as well. This is St. John's Churchyard. It is very historical. As you can see, the gate is locked, so I have to walk back around. You're looking all into Martins Bay and Conger Bay in St. John, also on the east coast. These are the tombs here of the famous Barbadians who were interred in this churchyard. This is the grave of Frances Anne, who was the beloved wife of Thomas Kerr, who died in 1854, the 28th of September 1854. And the next one is memory of Mary Elvira, the wife of Francis Pollard Carter, who died on the 23rd of January in 1880. She was only 55 years. This church has lots of historic graves in it. And this grave here is in memory of Ronald Vernon Taylor, born on September 29th, 1930 and died the 17th of June, 1999. And William H. Lewis and Ronald C. Taylor, 1838. And Mary Louisa Taylor, 17th of January 1908 to the 13th of September 2005. This is the sundial again in St. John's Parish Churchyard. And we're looking southeastern Beach. Bath Beach is in St. John as well, on the east coast of Barbados. And we can see the Cable and Wireless Earth Satellite Station. And we can see the Ministry of Transport and Works. Their depot is at Bath, St. John as well. Their depot is at Bath, St. John as well. And we can see all across the Concept Bay, which is in College Savannah, St. John. Concept Bay is closer to St. Philip, that's closer to southeast. Concept Bay is a fishing village, a fishing beach in St. John, also on the east coast. And we can see all across to St. Philip, which is southeastern, We're looking southeasterly, so we can see all across St. Philip. We will come across, we will see the district of College Savannah. College Savannah is in St. John, but it's on the border of St. Philip. We can see Fortescue in St. Philip, which is just around the corner from College Savannah, just above Tree Houses Park. Tree Houses Park is in St. Philip. We can see Skeets Bay in St. Philip as well. We can see Collyton, the district of Collyton, leading into Welch Village in St. John. Collyton and Welch is in St. John. We can see Collyton and Welch Village here. And Coach Hill. Coach Hill is just above Bath Village. You can see Bath Village all here. And Pot House. Bath Village. And we can see this village that we're looking into now is Pot House. Pot House, which is in St. John, and this is Bath Village here. And we can see the David Thompson Polyclinic, named after the Prime Minister who served Barbados briefly. He was Prime Minister from 2008 to 2010. And these are the binoculars, or we can call them telescope. We can get a close-up view of the east coast of the island. And again, this is the grave of the late Prime Minister, David Thompson, who was Barbados' Prime Minister from 2008 to 2010. And this is St. John Parish Churchyard. And these are tombs of famous Barbadians who have passed away. This is the Tree of Life, the Evergreen Conifer, Oriental Thuja, Platycladus Orientals, 150 years old. This is the Tree of Life here in St. John Parish Churchyard. They no longer bury people in this churchyard because it is filled now. So people mostly get buried at the cemetery, which is across the street by St. John Primary School. They no longer bury people here at St. John's Churchyard. This is St. John's Rectory here where the priest lives. I'm not sure if this present priest lived here, but the past priest, the last priest, Canon Jeffrey Mears, who was the rector here until 2019, I think. He used to live here. And again, St. John Parish Church here in Barbados. The church is closed currently because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So I don't think the churches are open like that anymore, that you can walk in that sort of a way. Not for the time being. So they're closed for the time being. And this is St. John Parish Church here on the east coast. I mean, in the parish of St. John that overlooks the East Coast, and it also is a part of Hackerton's Cliff here in Barbados. St. John Parish Church, which sits on top of Hackerton Cliff on the east coast of Barbados. And next door is a gift shop as well. Gift shop where you can buy your items, buy your souvenirs and your refreshments and so on. It also sells drinks and so on there. St. John's Parish Church is also a property of the Barbados National Trust and is a site of historical and architectural interest. So this is St. John Parish Church. Sign says the Barbados National Trust, building of historical and architectural interests. And the sign says St. John Parish Church, first erected in 1645, destroyed by fire, and rebuilt in 1676, destroyed by hurricane, and rededicated in 1836. So the present church was rebuilt in 1836. And this sign says, this way to the sundial and Paleologos' grave. The sign is pointing to the sundial and the Paleologos' grave. St. John Parish Church. Again, we are here at the lookout spot, overlooking the East Coast. Again. So this is the East Coast. We're looking northeasternly again towards Churchyard. First of all, we're looking into the parishes of St. Andrew and St. Joseph. Looking towards Churchyard, which is in the parish of St. Andrew, and the Sleeping Giant and the East Coast Beach. We are looking all across the Martins Bay. We get to Bathsheba first. You're looking across the Bathsheba, then Tent Bay, then Martins Bay. Then we will come southeast back towards Bath, where I just showed you, and Concept Bay, and to the East Point Lighthouse in St. Philip, where the East Coast ends. The East Coast will end mostly in St. Philip. Again, another look at St. John Parish Church. The East Coast ends in St. Philip, out there by the Crane Hotel. When you would start the southeast now, with Foul Bay in St. Philip. That's the St. John Parish Church. This is the gift shop here. The sign says this plaque is erected by the Church Council and Congregation of St. John Parish Church in appreciation for their outstanding and dedicated service rendered by Eustace C. Gill, Justice of the Peace, and E. Thorn Gollett on the 27th of December 1992. The sign says St. John's Parish Church. This beautiful church is on the site of the earliest wooden church of 1645. The first stone church was built in 1660 for £110,000 of sugar. It was badly damaged in the 1675 hurricane and rebuilt in 1676-77. This church was badly damaged in the 1780 hurricane, restored and destroyed in the 1831 hurricane. The present fourth church was completed in 1836 and the chancel added in 1876. Its pure Gothic design was influenced by Bishop William Hart, first Anglican bishop. The vestry hall above the meeting place of the parish vestry, comprising elected landowners, which ran affairs of the parish until 1959. It is named for church patriarchs Mr. Eustace Gill and Mr. Thorn Gollett. The Tourism Development Corporation. St. John Parish Church once again, and the St. John Rectory next door. Thank you guys for watching, and have a blessed evening.